Hello friends, Tanya here for Trinity Stamps, and today is the Autumn Impressions release. There are all kinds of gorgeous products. I'm going to feature a couple. This is the Maple Leaf Cut and Foil die set, and in this die set we have 3 dies. They can be used to layer up and create one leaf with multiple layers. I love that effect, and it does turn out gorgeous. And it also includes a foiling plate to use with your hot foil systems. I happen to use the Spellbinders Glimmer Hot Foil system, and I've foiled all of these different pieces with Aura foil, and then I die cut them. And you can see here what they look like, all layered up. That's no foiling, just cutting. And here I'm going to show you how to foil some leaves. You start out with your cardstock, and then you layer your foil pretty side up, and then you put your plate side, foiling side down, and then you're going to flip that over onto your hot foil platform. Set your timer, run it through your die cutting machine, and then you get this beautiful foiled image. I'm showing you that this die, this large open die, cuts out the foiled leaf. Just going to run that through my little sidekick. That shows you how versatile these dies are. Even if you don't have a foiling system, the dies themselves are wonderful. I'm going to create a 5x7 card. I start out thinking I was going to make a different size card, but that's what I end up making. And I'm going to do this soft ink blending on this background first with some antique linen distress oxide ink. And then I'm taking some gold shimmer paint. I don't have the gold watercolor paint from Trinity at this time. And I'm going to spatter that all over this background. I want a shimmery gold background. Next, we're going to take the Seasonal Winds stencil. I love this stencil, and you're going to want it. There are going to be multiple things that coordinate with this. Just saying. And stencils have a low price point, so they're easy to add to your collection and very versatile. We're going to take some glitter paste that I actually made myself. This is made with some, I think it's called modeling paste. I bought a big tub of it, and I added some glitter from my stash to the modeling paste. I made this a couple months ago. And I put it in an empty container from a sample size of a different glitter paste, and I can use it over and over again. I love that it has this subtle gold mix to it. There are embossing pastes or glitter pastes out there, I'm sure, that do the same, but feel free to experiment and make your own. I'm just going to seal that up nice and tight with some press and seal and put my lid back on it, and going to take all of my stenciling supplies to the sink and wash it immediately. I did still have some residue left on my stencil because my paste was a little bit dry to begin with, but that's okay. It will still work just fine. I'm going to set that aside and let it dry. About an hour later, I came back to it. I was doing some other things in the meantime. And I have the mini Slimline stitched stack there, thinking I was going to use that. And then I decided that it didn't allow enough space for that Seasonal Winds stencil. I did get a little bit of that paste in my die. I just took my damp microfiber cloth and removed the paste that was stuck to it. I had cut that first panel from the 4.5 by 6.5 inch Modern Embossed A7 panel die. And this one is white cardstock cut with the 4 3/4 by 6 3/4 inch panel. And I took my ink blending tool that is just labeled yellow. And whatever yellow was on that sponge is what I used to add some color to that panel. Sometimes I want some extra color and I don't want to use up my cardstock, or I don't have a color that matches very well. So feel free to just ink blend the edges of your panel of a white cardstock in order to get the color you want. I did apply some dimension to the backs of those. And we're going to take some of those glimmer hot foiled and die cut pieces from the maple leaf cut and foil set. And we're going to adhere those to the card. I had just been playing around when I created these glimmered leaves, but they were just too good to not use right away. This one was the white glimmer hot foiled leaf that I made, and I ink blended it with a green, an orange, and a yellow, and I love how that turned out. Your glimmer hot foiling will resist ink. Next, I took a sentiment from the Autumn Sentiments stamp set and the longer banner die from the 4-bar card builder die set. Again, that is a staple in my collection. And I'm going to die cut that from some white cardstock that I gold heat embossed the sentiment from. And then I'm also taking this Hello sentiment die and bubble cut layer. This comes from the Slimline envelope builder die set. Those envelope builder die sets are such a great value. There are so many more components to it than just the envelope builder. I cut that from gold foil and vellum, and I'm layering those together. I also cut the Hello, the finer line Hello, from a couple layers of white cardstock and glued those together. And we're going to glue those to the back of this sentiment. It'll be completely hidden behind the gold foil die cut Hello. And then we'll take and adhere that to the card front. I am using the Bearly Arts Precision Glue. You can use whichever precision glue you have. You could even use some full sheet sticky stuff that peels off. I prefer liquid glue. And we'll just tuck that under one edge of the colorful leaf. I did pop that up on one little chunk of coaster blank. You could use whatever you like. I do have this elevated more on one side than the other, that banner, so it'll fit nicely on the card front. Next, I took some of the gems. I'm sorry, I don't remember the names of these, but I will have them linked in the description box below, along with all of the products that I used to create this card. I'm just using the glue to adhere these scattered liberally across the card. And that is the completed outside of the card. Inside, we're going to take a couple more of these die cut images that I already had, adding some dots of glue. This is the middle-sized or middle amount of detail die, and this is the fine detail die. And you can see the glimmering on these also. I'm so impressed. Even when you're lining them up, you lay the die over the glimmered area and it just pops. You can see exactly where you need to put the die to line it up to cut these out. That completes this card. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like in the below. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please take a moment to do that now. I really enjoy hearing from everyone to see what they like best about our cards. And here are a couple more videos that we thought you might enjoy, and I hope you come back again soon. Until next time, bye-bye.